The new role, as I understand it, and again, it's a kind of an extension of the work that we're doing already, is advising the president in terms of our relationship with tribal nations and communities. Tribal nations are established through agreement with the federal government by way of treaties and executive orders. So they are nations within a nation. And it's really important for institutions like Arizona State University to understand that that engagement is really consultation. One of the primary roles is really to help the university engage in a way that's appropriate, really from a government to government perspective. For me, that I felt I could most benefit our tribal communities is by creating partnerships and programs to facilitate getting more students in and back into community. Not necessarily what are the university's priorities, but what are our individual tribal nations and communities, what are their priorities, and how does the university fit in? It's two-pronged. One is students in terms of recruitment and retention, which is another priority, but tied into the first one. Embeddedness in really recruiting, but also retaining, and then also the research side. The ASU has been breathing life into this idea of really being genuinely interested in advancing American Indian, Alaskan Native, Indigenous folks in really not only getting a degree, but also understanding and responding to the cultural differences. And it's represented in our numbers of students and faculty and programming and partnerships that kind of speaks for itself. That we're heavily invested in how do we take that to the next level. For me personally, it's to honor those that came before me in a way that obviously makes me emotional because I know that the groundwork's been laid, to have that opportunity. And certainly the vision of President Crow and the charter around this idea of not who we exclude, but who we include and how they succeed. Just thinking about the leaders that I've learned from, or at least tried to learn from, I also feel like I've been a student of leadership and understanding what are the expectations of an institution of higher ed and how does that align with this concept of tribal nations and communities.